Welcome to Carly's Colorful Corner, where you will learn how to paint a cute panda bear for Valentine's. For today's class, you will need a small brush for the outline of your bear and a medium brush to help drag that excess paint on the outline into the body to help fill in the bear's body with a wash. So grab your paintbrushes, grab your paint, and a clean cup of water, and let's get started. First step is to get your small brush nice and damp with water. You don't want it soaking wet and you don't want it dry as a bone. You want it damp. So make sure that there's no water dripping off of your brush. Just keep it damp. Less is more, friends. Take your paintbrush and wiggle it around in the color of your choice that you have chosen for your bear's body and start outlining the body very carefully. Start from the top and then work your way around and towards the bottom. If you start running out of paint, give yourself a pause and then switch over to your medium wash brush. Get that damp, not soaking wet, not dry as a bone, just damp. And start dragging some of that color that you have just put down on the paper into the body of your bear. Take very, very, very good care of avoiding dragging this color into white spots. Take your time. We're using kind of like a dry on dry technique to put down our thick layer of paint on the outside. This not only gives you kind of like an outline for your cartoon like bear, but it will also provide you with the paint that you need to fill in the body without it going way too dark. And if it does go way too dark, you can easily just scoop up that extra paint and distribute it elsewhere. But this helps control the amount of paint you're using and makes it easier for you to apply shadows and depth to your artwork. As you watch me paint the eye, I'm dragging the paint in, and if I need to, I can wait until the paint dries to redraw the outline around the eye if I choose to do so. But as you can see, as I'm dragging this paint in, this black starts turning into a gray or a lighter shade of what was originally put down on the paper at the very beginning. So this is what I mean where you can kind of control the amount of color that you're working with. And like I said, if you have too much, you can always scoop it up and distribute it or place that paint elsewhere or excuse me, clean your brush altogether. So this is a way where you can do shadows and you can do shades in a controlled setting. And if your paint isn't dark enough, like for instance, take a peek at my right hand arm on my bear within the video itself. If it's not dark enough and you need to add different shadows or darker shadows, you can always build and layer paint on top of the first shadow to kind of create that contact or that darker shadow as it wraps around the body. Just eye or take your time, eye what you need to add and just be careful as you go and make the adjustments as needed. And that, my friend, is exactly how you create a panda bear using watercolor.